Perfect time to have Pauline Beange in studio with us. She's a political science professor at the University of Toronto. Pauline, voters will decide tonight who will lead this province. But let's take a step back. In your opinion, who ran the best campaign here?
It depends on what factor you're looking at. In terms of media, Doug Ford's team, I think managed media very well. Andrea Horwath is very personable, and Kathleen Wynne was basically trying to climb Mount Everest.
She had a lot to go after there.
Yes.
You know, a lot of Ontarians out there saying today at the polls, we don't even know who we want to vote for. We don't like any of the leaders. I was reading a few columnists saying, well, then, you know, you have to choose your localized MPP. Is that the way to influence power?
It can be, but I think voters and viewers have to remember that voting is not a matter of building your own burrito at Chipotle Mexican Grill. You have to take the good and the bad, and the great strength of Canadian political parties is that they are brokerage parties. Just as two real estate brokers come together and work with different sets of interests, that's exactly what our political parties have done, and that they have lent great stability to Canadian democracy.
Let's talk about the NDP here. Andrea Horwath has really come out of nowhere. This is her third time running for this position. Has she already won, I guess, being neck and neck at this point?
I don't think so, because, again, it is a riding by riding vote. It's not just who gets the biggest vote share across the province. It's who gets it in a specific riding. So, no, she hasn't won yet.
Do you think there's a place that Horwath missed out on capitalizing on as you look at this campaign?
Well, I don't think that she has responded well to people's concerns about the power of public sector unions, particularly teachers when they go on strike. It's a considerable hardship to parents who have to make other plans. So I don't think she has successfully addressed that, but in many other ways, yes, has sold her own persona, if you will.
We'll have to see how Ontario voted. Let's talk about Doug Ford. Didn't release his policies really till the week before this election. It's still quite scant in the numbers when you look through some of his things. He's talked about buying Toronto subway network, giving a sliding scale of tax rebates for childcare, to fire the Hydro One CEO and board. You know, what do you think about how he's run his campaign? Was that a smart strategy?
I think so, because, quite frankly, numbers that party platforms contain often don't mean much. We have seen Kathleen Wynne's budget projections go completely wonky. We have seen the same thing with Justin Trudeau. So I think voters are more interested in the direction, not necessarily the details.
Is there anything that he failed to capitalize on as you look at the campaign?
He failed to capitalize on. Yes, I think he could have made a better pitch to parents and about their concerns about daycare. I think he has a very flexible platform, but I think that could have been sold more effectively.
At this point, there's a solid chance of a minority government for either the NDP or the PCs. Will they be able to actually get anything done if the other side of the table, the opposition, is on the other side of the spectrum?
Yes, because a great deal depends on the personality of the leader. Has this person able to build coalitions, even if they're informal ones? And do they have the strength to convince the public that this is a way to go? If so, then MPPs will fall in line.
Pauline, how will this affect the federal relationship? Because this is Canada's biggest province. 30 seconds.
It will be challenging. It will be challenging, but it has been done before and done successfully, and sometimes in the best interests of Ontarians.
All right, Pauline, we'll leave it there. Pauline Beange is a political science professor at the University of Toronto. Thank you for being with us.